Good evening, this is your Psychic LJ reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. It is 11 p.m. UK time. Heading towards the witching hour. Hello, hello. Hello there, Christina. I'm just going to go on and 2 minutes. Check the other live. What I had done was I've linked this to YouTube, guys, and I did a little ad and I can't seem to get it right. And they're all sitting waiting on there, and it's on the other one. So I hope they get it. Oh, they're there. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody in Twitch. Hi, everybody in YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all are around the world. Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Yeah? Can you hear us okay? It's not too muffled, the mic. Yeah? Hiya, Bam. Hiya, Cajun Pink. Hi, everybody. Francis, Lucy, everybody on YouTube as well. Hiya, Maria. So, it's all been happening, hasn't it? I'll wait for people to come on. Hope you're all keeping well in these crazy, crazy times. Happy Pancake Tuesday. How could I forget that? I can't believe I've forgotten that. I'm terrible. Good evening in Sweden. Good morning in Japan. Good evening in Norway, Ellen. Everybody, I hope you're all well. God, it's warm in here. I can't seem to get the heating right. Hiya, Pamela in Vegas. How are you all doing? So tonight we're going to wait for a few people to come on. And then I believe I'm going to... What I want to do is I want to look into a few world events again. Little other world predictions. And then I thought we would do a law of attraction. And I've got my jotting pad. Remember, I was saying that I'm learning how to do split screen. So when I do split screen, I can like draw it on the screen. But I'm still learning. So I thought I'd do my drawing pad tonight. Okay. And I'll show you some locations of events to come off. Because I can do automatic writing, messages from the spirit world. And I can draw, but I mean, I'm a bit like a matchstick drawer, but I thought I would draw targeted events. Where's there going to be a potential blizzard? Is that going to be in the UK? Good evening, Hawkmen and No Shields, just up the road from me. Yeah, there's been... It's very intriguing, isn't it, to do with the young lady what's come forward, what claims she's Madeleine McCann. I'm not so sure, guys, because when you look at Madeleine, her mark on her eye is to her right. So if you were looking at her, it would be to your left. When you look at this young lady, the mark is the other side, I believe. I'm not so sure. I'll have a look in the crystal ball tonight. It's a scary, scary world we're living in. And it's all about raising our vibrations. I'm just going to move that back. Give us 2 minutes. But, yeah, it's crazy times we're living in. Hi, Cindy. So, let's get some coffee. It's crazy, isn't it, how we all have different times around the world. Right. Where's my crystal ball? Where's my famous crystal ball? Now, before I start, I've got 201 in chat on YouTube. I've got 250 on chat in Twitch. Before I start, I want to send healing prayers to the young lady who went missing, who they've now found her. She was called Nicola. Oh my God, what was her surname? Anyway, the young woman was found, Nicola Bully. And we had done prayers last time I was on for our children and our family. And I had said, I believe I had also said in my looking glass that there may be some big news. You'd have to check it back. It's on YouTube. That it would be either 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 weeks. Well, it would ended up being 2 to 3 days, they found her. So I just want to send healing prayers out to their family. And there's a lot of grief happening at the minute. I also said in my will predictions on here, as well as on my looking glass, definitely on here, that in my last stream as well, that there was going to be possibility of that Turkey wasn't out of the woods. They weren't out the storm, and then there was more disasters to come. I'm going to start keeping my mouth shut, guys, because I'm beginning to think, am I jinxing people? Do you know what I mean? And I don't. It's just I see visions. And as you know, Turkey has had, and it went far back. I think it was a 6 point something earthquake last night, and it went all the way through Beirut in Egypt. And then there's been another derailment, or there's been something else what's happened in Nebraska. Is that right? But it hurts sometimes when I say things, you know. It really, really hurts. So tonight I thought I'm going to do it a different way as well. I'm going to look into the crystal ball. Everybody who doesn't know and who is following us for the first time, I'm a scryer. So I see visions, and I also predict things. I do the tarot cards and that. I do that on a daily basis for clients. You can contact us for a reading. Either the links will be in the description of YouTube or my videos, either through Facebook or email. I've already looked into the derailment. I looked into that last Sunday night, Border Collie. It'll be in the library in here on Twitch, and it's in YouTube as well. But it is a worry. It's a massive, massive worry. I do believe so. Border Collie is saying on Twitch, will the food supply be impacted? It's very, very worrying. So it's 3 p.m. now over in California. Hiya, Bjorn. Bjorn, I thought you'd come on Twitch. I don't think we've got Lansing tonight. Hiya, Jodie Lass. Has there been an earthquake in Sicily as well? I did mention something about Italy, didn't I? The boot. Hello, Granny Wolf in Canada. Hiya, Diane. I was just thinking about you last night. Sweet lady in Kentucky. I've got some very dear clients. And I think, it's very troubling times, isn't it? I don't claim to know everything. I just see visions and I put it out. But I did say that there was some problems with the Mediterranean, and when I was watching the news last night with another earthquake in Turkey, I was worried about the Mediterranean Sea. So I'm going to look into this tonight. This is like an emergency update for we all. And I also did say, somebody had put in the chat, I think it was on Sunday night, will it be Trump and DeSantis running? I says, no way will it be Trump and DeSantis running, for no way together. Trump wouldn't allow it with his his ego. And as you know, it's all erupted since Sunday night. And he's been going off on a rant, hasn't he? Like on his Truth Social, apparently, against DeSantis. So that's like proof in the pudding there that they'll never run together. Never run together. You've had your exam today, Bjorn, and I'm sure you've passed. I'm sure you've passed. Okay, let's get started. Let's get ready to rumble. I've got a busy day tomorrow, guys. It's quite nice doing this. Right, so sit back and relax and let's look into the looking glass. Hello there, Black Thistle Farm from the chickens in Massachusetts. There's been another explosion in Ohio. Was it Nebraska? So, is it? It's such a worry, isn't it? Now, excuse if I can't read the chat. Oh, I'll give you the lotto numbers out tonight, Sandra. Yeah, not a problem. So, if anybody wants to participate, I think I'll do that in the second half. We'll do the law of attraction. Yeah? Or later on, we'll do this first. Okay, let's see what's going on. It's all revving up. It's all revving up. Actually, I'm going to give you the lottery numbers first. Now, remember, you've got to be in it to win it. You've got to be in it to win it. And I think it's best if we do this tonight because we're doing the law of attraction. And as you know, the law of attraction is all about money. And everybody's really worried at the moment. So I'm going to give you some numbers. Now, the lottery numbers, do they go between 1 and what? Help us out, guys. Somebody tell us. There's been a cyber attack against the FBI. I'll look into that as well. Well, the lottery numbers, between 1 and 49, is it? And how many? Is it 6 or 7 numbers? Is it 6 or 7? 6 numbers? Okay. Why have I always given 7? Is that like a bonus? It's 59 in the UK, is it? Okay. So it's 49 in the US and 59 in the UK. Well, let's do US numbers and let's do UK numbers. Will that help? Right. Let's do US first. Number 9. 24. Number 10. 38. And 46. That's US numbers. Okay. Let's do UK. And Euro Millions is 59. Okay then. Let's do UK. 22. 26. 35. 42. 39. Is that 6? Have I given you 6 there, UK? I want to give you one more, number 12. So the euro is the same as the UK, it's 59 numbers. Euros. Number 12. 21. 16. 2 little ducks, 22. It's like being at the bingo, isn't it? 49 and 52. What do you mean it's 12 for the US? 12 numbers? Shut up. Is it? I thought it was 6 numbers. Hello, Moon Fairy. You have to let us know if you win some numbers. It's 6. You gave 5 for the US. Number 9 then. Add number 9 on. Okay. So let's hope you have some luck there. You just never know. Someone's got to win it, haven't they? No, I already did number 9. $24. You won a lucky dip the last time. Oh, well. Right, let's see what's going on with the weather. A lot of problems with Turkey. I want to send healing and blessings out to everybody over that way, that nobody gets hurt. I know there's been more people hurt recently yesterday, hasn't there? I'm seeing another one, and I'm seeing problems with water and supplies. I'm getting the 9th. Or it could be like 9 o'clock Turkish time. And I'm getting the 15th. And I'm also getting huge news coming out around the 2nd and the 3rd and the 4th of March. So watch for that. But it's not just to do with around weather or something to do with Turkey. If not, it's another sort of world disaster somewhere else, because I'm also feeling some problems to do with a volcano as well. All day I've been getting problems to do with a tsunami as well, but I don't know why, but I've just been getting worried about it and feeling it. There's definitely a fault underneath the Mediterranean, the sea. And it's Mother Gaia getting angry. Some people have said, is this, on purpose? I think it's a bit of both, guys. I think there's a bit of both going on here. But the world is changing, and there is worry to do with the atmosphere. But there is something else going on, if you know what I mean. And I just think in these times, it keeps we upbeat, doesn't it? We have to try and keep upbeat, should I say, and try to be there for our family and my neighbours. It's all making me more spiritual. So yeah, I do worry about the Iceland volcano. If that did erupt, there would be an impact of obviously problems with locals and that type of thing. Thick black smoke, that type of thing. So I just want to send healing and blessings out to everywhere around the world where there is worry. Also, Sweetheart was saying there could be another deep freeze coming through Canada. Let me see. Yeah, and I'm also seeing torrential rain in the UK and parts of the US. So Nebraska's just had another disaster. Is that in Ohio? I'll have a look about the WHO. I'm hearing countries will be agreeing for HWO to be in charge of viruses in 6 to 7 days. I do believe that some countries are going to go in on this. Yes, Tiger. Nebraska's a state, is that right? There's been an explosion there, hasn't there? And obviously there's been the problems in Ohio. And I did say on Sunday night that people in the surrounding area, they might have to move out, or I did recommend drinking bottled water. And I did a big Michael prayer last Sunday. Gary Grant, hello Gary up in the Highlands. Louise, there is a super volcano off Italy in the Mediterranean. I am worried. I've got Michael again coming in with his big pointy stick, Archangel Michael. It's a compass, like a giant compass, and he's sticking it around Earth, and he's shown as the Mediterranean. There's a lot of worry, but I'm just getting a lot of buildings falling down in Turkey. And I said this on my last World Predictions, there could be possibility of a lot of engineers coming in from different countries to sort out the buildings over there. They're going to need to have earthquake buildings which can stand the shaking. It's a real worry over there. There's also some sort of storm I'm seeing, and I'm seeing a vision of newsmen in the US, and they're talking about some sort of like a big sort of storm, a hurricane or something. Where am I seeing this? Possibly hitting California, parts of Florida, California, and then going across country. It's a huge one. The big ones to come in yet. Very worrying. I remember once doing a reading for a lady. She was somewhere in the deep south in America, and she was in the dark, and I says, "Yeah, you're okay." And you could hear like outside, like whoo, like this noise. And she said that there was a twister coming, and I says, "You are joking me." And she was underneath the stairs with a torch. And then everything just went off on her internet. And then I got back in touch with her a couple hours later, and it said it cut everything off. How scary is that? Could you imagine sitting in the house knowing there's a twister going to head your way? How scary is that? Yes, we're lucky in the UK, but the problem we have in the UK is we have torrential rain. And I do feel into the future that there could be more floods to come down south. Something's definitely going on, guys, behind the scenes. And I've been saying this for a while. It's like all the world leaders are all gathering together. But we are going into digital. We definitely are. Yeah, I've been a bit concerned about Japan. Let's see what I can see. But you see, Japan sussed it with the earthquakes, because a lot of yous have the earthquake houses over there, don't you, with the high-rise buildings and that. So there could possibly be into the near future, there could be Japanese engineers and other people from all over the world going into Turkey. Are you having problems with a lot of weather, bad weather at the minute in Japan? Or is the snow melted? Japan will be okay, but it's not ruling out that there could be more weather disasters here. The 10th is going to bring big, oh my God. When I get tired, my dyslexia always comes out really bad. Bring big news. You get votes and all on here, don't you, on Twitch, don't you? You get votes and all on here. Yeah, so I've got this vision of Archangel Michael, and he's standing with this great big compass on this huge world map. So some news to come over Switzerland, and I don't know what that is, but it's huge. Also, there's going to be big scandals to come out with banks. So remember, everything I'm telling you, it'll all fall into place there. Also to do with the Vatican. There's going to be, this is really strange, guys. I'm seeing a shortage of fruit and veg in certain countries. So there's going to be problems to do with trade. See, we're switching over. We're going into a new system. And I've been saying this for a while. It's, you know how there's been talks of the bad guys and the good guys, which there is. But they both sides know that we're going into this system. Both sides know that we are going into this system. It's a digital world, and it's AI world. It's a definite AI world. They scare me too, Diane. Twisters are very scary. Right, so Christina in the UK, I believe, if you've seen Asda, is that right? Asda has put restrictions on some veg. There's something not right here. I don't know why I'm getting that song, and it's from the 50s. Oh my God, I know where I'm getting it. I've got A2I coming in here. Anybody who doesn't know who A2I is, it's a little light being what escaped a program. And because they were forcing little souls into like military sort of technology for weaponry. And he escaped. He's like a fairy being of light. And he's coming in saying, "My boy lollipop, do 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 do." Remember that? Was that a 50s song? My boy lollipop, do 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 do. He makes my heart go giddy up. So, this is really, really strange. Now, and it triggered why I'm getting that. In one of my looking glass predictions, I talked about two little boys going into a sweetie shop and they pinched a lollipop. If you haven't seen it, you have to check back through my will predictions. It'll be in my library on YouTube. And there was some code in one of these lollipops. And I talked about that there was the crackle and pop in one of the lollipop wrappers, like a code. There's strange stuff going on at the minute, guys. In that the policeman came, but one of these little boys was the policeman's son. It was like a little coded message I gave you. And there was military code in one of these. There were secrets to come out. What I was saying. Intel to come out. And it's huge. And I'm getting it's coming in very, very soon. So it could come in with scandals and stuff like that. So you need to watch that. And I'm getting the 21st connected with it. I'm getting the 21st connected with it. Is the egg rations? So something about imminent, really. Could be over the next 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 weeks. So it could even take you into March, but there is something big to come out. Okay. This is really horrible, you know. I keep seeing like the Nazi sign, and it's really horrible, and it's in this crystal ball. And my understanding is that they never went away, they just went underground and off into space. And that's the darker side to life. It's the control. That's the control. And it's all about money and greed. I've been saying this for a long, long time. But it's so far advanced now, you know. It's very much like Star Trek up there, as you know. I'm actually seeing big news coming out with Putin as well. I'm seeing warships with China. Has there been more balloons what's been found recently, guys? There's some worries to do with something to come out there. Oh, I'm getting a strange vision. Right. It's near Washington DC. I'm seeing something, and I'm seeing crowds of people. I'm getting a witness of smoke. Or is it smog? Smoke. I'm seeing this vision really, really strong. It's not like I'm looking back to do with the January the 6th thing. This is something else. And I've always said when it kicks off, just go inside and shut the door. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting indictment and it's bouncing out of this crystal ball. And I don't know if they're going to try and indict. Am I saying that right? Pronouncing it right? Indict Donald Trump. That's what I'm saying. There could be kickoffs with this, guys. But I'm saying it's like it's all happening at once. You know, I've been saying this for the last couple of years. It's like it's all going to just go, and it's like you not know what channel to go to because it's kicking off left, right and centre. There's so many different things. I know this sounds very random, but I'm getting Manchester United Football Club. There's going to be some big news. It's just bounced out of this crystal ball really, really strong. So you also need to watch for that as well. And I'm being given the quote, love thy neighbour. It's coming through very, very strong. Love thy neighbour. Shortages to come, flour, bread, oil. We need to prep, that type of thing. But what I do feel is that we're going to push through it. So the switchover is happening. It's started. This is all being planned. This is all being planned. But the switchover is happening, and 2 years from now, it will be a lot different. I think there's a lot of people out there who are scared of the technology, but like I've said before, the technology is not the problem, it's who's been behind it. But once the switchover starts happening, it disturbs the cockroaches, and I've been saying this for a while. Oh, is it, Gary? It's up for sale, the football club. Well, it's going to be interesting who takes them on. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. So there's a lot of strange world events to come off, but you've got to understand that's 3D, and I'm not saying they're not happening because they are happening. You know what I mean? They are happening. I just think it's been you're disturbing different sections of mafia organisations. And I see these as like the tentacles which has been running off America within government, within state governors and stuff like that. There's a lot of nasty stuff going on, has been going on. But it's going to clear up, yeah? So when we go digital, it'll all be different. So it's going to get rid of a lot of mafia organisations and stuff like that. And believe you me, there's been a lot of politicians connected within mafia organisations. It's been going on a long time since past before Kennedy. Okay. Who's Jim Ratcliffe? Because I've been getting a lot of Arab connections here. And I'm seeing sort of, they keep telling us it's all about the gold. I don't know if anybody's seen that film, The Three Kings. Damn good film. I think it was made in the 90s. But it was all to do with Bin Laden's gold, wasn't it? And how they got it back. But I keep getting that. Well, it's already digital over here. You can't stop it. I'm worried about who's behind it, but my guides keep telling us, Jed, it will be all right. But they're going to try, you can't get rid of all the evil off the planet. There's going to be more control, and it's not as black and white as it looks at different countries and different cities and different states. It's going to take time. And some people are more stricter than others. I mean, the plan is that they want bloody, 15-minute cities over here. Well, that's not going to work with the UK people, but that's the plan. Do you know what I mean? Okay. something about submissions and all of that. They're trying to ban and get rid of it all. Yeah, Bam, just say it. So there's something going to kick off to do with Russia. Now, who was seen in the audience there before that there's been the FBI's been attacked or something, or they've had a cyber attack? Can you tell us what's happened? Sometimes it takes the voice of people and different governors and that to sort this out. It's gonna take time. So what happened in the FBI? We're definitely in the middle of a war here. I'm telling you that now, we are. They're not telling me everything. Right, okay, there's a definite Russian connection there. Sensitive military emails leaked online after DOD left server exposed without password. Hackers did it. The thing is, but when they go digital, full digital, it's going to be harder for them to access. So you've got to understand there's a war going on. There's a war going on. It's not so much the digital, it's who's behind it. Do you see what I mean? But the digital is going to stop crimes. Yes, we're going to lose so much more of where is the word privacy. But I'll be honest with you, we're all being tracked now. There's cameras on the street. Well, definitely over here and definitely in Europe. I don't know what's going on in different states, but it's Big Brother over here. Definitely. Okay. I'm just going to get a bloody big tractor, me. And I'm going to, a combi harvester. I'm going to buy a combi harvester and I'm going to drive it up and down Britain. That song, it's so funny. Okay. I see a lot of problems coming in Scotland. As you know, Nicola Sturgeon's left, which I predicted. Referendum, I'm getting referendum. I don't know what that means. Calling for a cup of tea. Yeah, I will. I'll come and see you for a cuppa. And I believe Japan's the same. They're all camera'd up. China's, as you know, China's all camera'd up. The Europe, France is all camera'd up. The UK is all camera'd up. Unless you're living somewhere up in the Highlands of Scotland where Gary lives, you'll be all right. But it's basically camera'd everywhere. I mean, I don't live far from the country, you know, but there's still cameras until you get right out into the country. Scotland referendum on independence. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards out on that actually. There's some worry to do with the water, and I'm getting China. I do get Japan, and I do get problems with water in Turkey, and obviously I'm getting problems to do with toxic water in Ohio. So I definitely recommend the water there that you get bottled water. Right. What was I getting the cards out for again? Thank you, Franco. see at some point, the Tory party won't like this, but Scotland, I see independence again. I really, really do. But the Tory party don't want that. But there's another leader, obviously, I don't know, to come in. There's another woman to rise within Scotland. And a man. What was that guy called? Alex what? Alex, I get him having a lot to say on the situation. Bar closer, Scotland, as long as we do not stop brew whiskey. Oh no, that'll never happen. You'll always have good whiskey in Scotland. Alex Salmond in Scotland. I see him having his gob going a lot, having a lot to say on the situation. Alex Salmond. Look what's come out again, guys, right? And this is for the whole collective, right? Illusion. Everything is an illusion. It's like we're in a big movie set. It's like the Matrix, isn't it? And we're just watching the avatars play out their little games. But humanity's going to win. If you notice there as well, you've got the woman there, and she's sort of, the way looks quite provocative, the way she's bending over there. But have you noticed that she's got there, the earth is a womb. It's Mother Earth, it's the earth. There's an attack on woman. Feminine energy, but she's rising, and this is why everybody's lost the plot. Everybody's like fighting on about transgender and rights, but women's rights, it's coming out very, very strong. And I've said this before, there's going to be like a new form of birthing techniques in a different way. Especially for the America, you've got all the problems to do with what you've got to pay for with your healthcare. It's awful, isn't it? And if you don't have the money, you're fucked, really, aren't you? It's there's going to be. It depends who gets in, because you remember, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, but the younger generation to come in are going to be the ones who is going to bring it all together and reform everything. So I'm sure I've said this before, into the future there could be like, the US could have like their own NHS, which is better than what it is. But talking about the NHS, we are going to be in for a lot of problems. And I think they're going to try and privatise it. I never thought I'd see the day. I used to be a nurse in the hospital, and I never thought this would happen to the UK, but there's going to be a lot of problems there. It'll still go on, but I think they're going to bring privatisation and bring tears in. And I did see in my last world prediction that there was going to be more strikes in, I believe it's today or tomorrow, or is it today, that the ambulance service is going on strike. It is a mess at the minute. But it goes, like I say, it goes beyond 3D. You come out of this physical world, and you've got the yin and the yang and the feminine and the masculine, and it's the Holy Spirit, basically. It's God's energy. There's a war going on with the gods, and the demon. There's more going on. I really do believe that. And I've covered this before, as you know. And I believe there's many synths here. Yeah, there's many synths. If anybody doesn't know what synths means, like data on on Star Trek, robotic people, but it's so far advanced AI, you can't even tell. Let's see if there's any synths. On media, I mean, we do believe there is, don't we? Is there any synths in media? Is there any synths in media? Oh yes. Mamma mia, here we go again. Newsreaders, you name it. It's all about the money. It's all about the gold. So there will be a drop in the market. But we will be okay. And I'm not saying that all banks will go down, because they won't all go down. It won't all go down. But it's a broken system, guys. It's a massive broken system. But you see, I keep getting told, and Jed keeps telling us, some banks are going to have problems and going to go down. And I get a worry to do with Ireland. I don't know why I'm getting Ireland. I don't know if it's some sort of core there. Actually, is that where Google's based? Is Google Island? I'm sure it is. But a lot of them are going to go digital. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to get your money out straight away. It's that'll be years before they phase that out. I'm not a massive into crypto. I just know when it goes up and goes down, but there's going to be something what's going to drop. It's going to drop. And when this happens, we could have like blackouts. We could have like different sort of, power outages around the world. I'm not saying it's all at the same time, but then all of a sudden it's going to jump back up and then it'll be all right. But it's that time when they're doing the complete switch over. I want you to remember that. Stock market, yes. Worry with cattle. They're giving us worry with cattle, farmers, ranchers, US. It's going to be some problem with trade, farmers, France, UK. I'm getting this really strong. There's going to be something about meat coming out next. Oh, good God. What's that? Something about meat. I hope it's not anthrax or something like that. Watch for a scandal coming out with meat, guys. That'll never happen. But as you know, I channel the different star races. And I'm not talking about little green men from Mars here. Meat in the UK. Meat around the world. I'm talking about humanoids, what look just like me or you. And they do have great fruit and vegetables to bring to this planet, and great substances, which are better for the human body. I mean, they keep saying that we shouldn't be drinking milk. We shouldn't be drinking milk. It's bad for the human body. Unless it's our own milk, like breast milk. How do you make fake meat? I mean, I can't understand. If you don't eat meat, you don't eat meat. Why would you want to eat fake meat? Never got my head around that one. I just believe that some of us are carnivorous and some of us are vegetarian, plant eaters until these star racers bring in these great proteins, and they will be intercepted in. Unfortunately, some of us are still going to have to eat meat. Do you understand? So I'm a little concerned here. There's something to come out within the one. Now, going on the timing, because I pulled the 8 of Wands out first, which is weeks, and then I pulled the 9 of Cups out. So that's day. So I'm either looking at 1 day or 1 week. There's something else coming out. Let me see what this could be. Hi Anna. Tofu meat. You know what it is? That's something I've never tried, is tofu. Is it nice? I've tried to give up meat. I can't give it up. I became very anemic. Right. Problems on borders. There's going to be massive problems coming with borders. I've just had a flash of Trump there. They're going to try and indict him. I'm seeing it really strong tonight. And then there's something going to come out about borders, and I don't know if they're bringing it up from the past to do with where the wall was, or it's something else to come out. I like a steak, and I like chicken, and I like fish. But I do like vegetarian dishes as well. I like vegetables. I'm not very good with fast food either. I've got this vision, and it's lots of children. It's lots of children. I've got the children card here in problems, and I don't know if these are immigrant children or they're being rescued from somewhere. It might have something to do with Ukraine. It might have something to do with that, but there's going to be, or Syria, but there's going to be boats and lorries full of children being rescued. I want you to remember this. I like fish. Fish and vegetables is my favourite. When I say I like a steak, I don't eat steak every day because that's not good for you. But now and then, if I like a steak. I'm allergic to lobster and crab. I like it, but I get that thingy shock. But I can eat sushi. Isn't that funny? What's your thoughts on Tartaria and mud floods? What do you mean by mud floods? There's mud floods to come, possibly anywhere from India, Pakistan, Italy even. I don't know much on Tartaria. I've noticed JCK's doing quite a few videos on it. And I took a little look at one of our videos and it looked interesting, but I don't know much on it. I don't get a bad feeling on it. Is it like a lot of different hippie type of people getting together and it's all about love and that? Can you explain? What is it? What is Tartaria? I'm getting a really nice feeling about it. I feel there's an extraterrestrial energy with it, a beautiful lot of love with it. So I don't know if that's answering, that's the feeling I'm getting. But old world, could it have something to do with going way, way back to Antarctica or Nordics? Because I just get, I'm getting a really nice feeling about it, and it's about us claiming our rights, that type of thing. I'm getting a nice feeling with it. Yeah, I'm allergic to crab. I can't eat crab and I can't eat lobster. My whole throat closes up and I get fat lips, and then I've got to be rushed to hospital with it and get the prick, get the injection for the shock. Quite dangerous, actually. Our history isn't true. Tartaria is an old world lost by mud huts. Yeah, but I feel it's like we're going back to our roots. It's a layer Tartaria and it goes way, way back. We're all going back to our roots, finding out different ways. I'll have to look into it, but I get a nice feeling with it. Definitely do. So Tartaria had free energy either before or after Atlantis. The funny thing is, into the future, we could be part Tartaria. That could really, really happen. You know, when I had said that the world's going to be divided into three, and I was looking way on, and there might not even be borders anyway, because it's all going to be different, and it's going to be in 3 sections, and you're going to have like the crystal grid, then people in sort of New Earth, which could be New Earth, Old Earth, Tartaria, and then you've got the extraterrestrials here as well. It's all out in the open. But I don't get a bad feeling with it. Do you know what I mean? So there's it's for us to heal and ascend, we're going back to our roots. Like I was saying, I was listening to that African music and I really liked it, and it brings up stuff from your past. Mud floods are where vegetation has burnt them. Excessive heavy rain causes mud floods. Yeah. I'm getting a swan. And it's like Swan Lake, you know, the dark swan. Some big event coming off here, like. Okay. So something's about to kick off again with Ukraine in Russia. I'm seeing something about bombs here. And I see another country coming involved, where I see not just one country coming involved, I see 2. Like I said, there's 3 heads of this beast. And I want to see within the 3 this is going to happen. Actually, next week's very interesting. In huge news by the end of next week. And then I'm seeing something about, in big letters, something to do with around Trump, and it's all over newspapers, and it's the following week or the week after. So watch for that. I'm going to go back to this black swan thing. Into the future, it's going to be fine, okay? But we just got to stay vigilant, you know. They're doing in the air. So when we've been seeing a lot of these sightings of these TikTok UFOs, strange crafts in the sky and the balloons, the balloons is not, it's surveillance, but the other side's doing it as well. The US, we're all doing that. That was they're only telling you half of the story. Do you know what I mean? The TicTacs is, and I looked into that on Sunday night, is extraterrestrial, but there's man flying them. "99 Red Balloons." I like that song from the 70s. Up and away in a beautiful balloon. Remember that? Remember in the 70s, my mother won. I've said this before. My mother won Tupperware Girl of the Year for selling the. Was it the late 60s? I was little anyway, and early 70s because Paul was born, and we went to a party. And it was like loads of people in the audience. There was Americans there and everything because, Tupperware was really big at the time. And some big hall, stadium. And they lifted my mother up because she's only tiny anyway and carried her. Like the crowd carried her through the crowd. And that song was going off at the time. All the balloons were coming down. And she was Tupperware Girl of the Year. I mean, bless her. How cute's that? And that song always reminds us of it, but I've been getting it, obviously, with everything what's been going on. Putin's behind this as well, not just China. Tupperware parties. Actually, I could do with getting some Tupperware. I had a lovely party, Susan. People don't know what I was telling my friend, I call her little Karen because she's only 4'11". Barely 5 foot, and she says she used to kill herself laughing. "What's a party, Susan? Does anybody know what a party, Susan is?" So it was like a tray, and it was Tupperware, and got it from Tupperware. My mother gave us it, and then you have like the little sections in for putting your pickled onions in and your cheese and your little hot dogs and stuff like that with the sticks. And I gave it to somebody and never got it back, so I need to get a party, Susan. I'm going through that stage at the minute where I want one of them. So when I can be the hostess with the mostest, you know what I mean? And do little tea parties for my kids and that. I do this when I'm doing this. I chat on and I keep it enlightened when I'm doing this. A swivel tray, is that what it is? A lazy Susan. What did I call it? A party Susan. Yeah, I'm daft as a brush, aren't I? Maybe I think I need a party Susan as well. I need a party Susan to go off with. Like just go to the clubs and stuff like that. But I could have a lazy Susan. No, I don't want a lazy Susan. Okay. Right, there's 2 earthquakes to kick off here. 2 earthquakes. Right, I'm definitely seeing some problems in China. And more to do with around the surrounding area of Syria. I'm not sure if it's Spain or Italy. What they're giving us here and what Jed's giving us is targeted attack. Targeted attack. So you don't know what's going on out there really, do you? But there's something else going on. Yeah, like the party tip things stick on a stick. Remember them with the little sticks? Well, it's Luke's birthday on Thursday. And I went along the shop to get the store to get him some make him some sandwiches and, little cakes and stuff like that. And I was trying to find, and we've got a Morrison supermarket, in the hardware bit. I call it a Party Susan, but they didn't have one in. Scrying I've been doing since a young woman. And my great nana, I don't have the picture here, she did scrying with a crystal ball. You're going back to the turn of the century on Scotswood Road in Newcastle. But the turn of the century, it wasn't out in the open, so they would knock a certain way, and then they would go into the back parlour and into our kitchen, and then she would read for people. But she also used to lay people out, and she was the local midwife, and she was the everybody in the street. Apparently she was a really lovely woman. Party Susan sounds more fun, doesn't it? I need a Party Susan, guys. Who needs a Party Susan? Yeah, I started off with a normal deck of cards, and then I had some lovely little gypsy cards. There's going to be somebody suddenly leaving this earth plane, and it's a woman celebrity, so watch for that as well. Oh, thank you, Lamone. Oh, Victoria Wood. Oh, I think she was brilliant, wasn't she? Queen of Cups, Dinner Ladies. Anybody in the USA doesn't know what Dinner Ladies is, you need to watch that. You found a Party Susan on Etsy. It's $24. No way. I need to have a look. Party Susan, she pops out of the pantry when you have guests with a little tray and little hors d'oeuvres and a witty banter. Will Fed interest rates hit 9% in the USA? I'm seeing riots in the street, and I don't know why I'm seeing it. And it's near around the Washington DC area. I'm also seeing strikes coming off. Will Fed interest rates hit 9% in the US? Yes, but not for long. Part of the plan, really. Yes. You are protected, but interest rates are going all over the place, aren't they? They're all going. Yeah. That's the old system falling. But you see, we've been so familiar with it, and we've not known. Well, we are known now because we're awakening for the evil what's been going on behind the scenes. But there's a new earth coming in. Hospitals are going to change, guys. Hospitals. Musemaster, can you look at Veritasium? It's a crypto that could jump to match BTC in price soon after, according to Cliff High. Okay. I've never heard of that one. Veritasium. Has it got blue in the logo? Or is it red? Blue? Hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Yes. Is it possible, like, governments are trying to hold these back? Block and stop. You see, there's something going on about the timing. The timing. But it's coming into change. There'll be a drop and a scandal and a worry with currency for a short time. But we've got the world card and it's a definite yes. Got some major cards out here, 3 big yeses. Interesting. Oh, right. How is your dad doing? Oh, he's been a little bit under the weather. Thank you, but he's okay today. Thank you, Tracy. How long will interest rates remain high in the USA? I think the plan is that it's not going to massively change until March 2024. I'm just going to double check this. I've said 2023 is the fight of the fittest. Bloody awful, isn't it? I think there's going to be a lot of claiming back and things we'll be able to get. You know, like you had the PPI and where you could claim things back in the UK. I think there'll be stuff like that to happen. Interest rates and all of that. Cheryl. Was that the one what happened in Nebraska? Another trail derailed in the USA. 31 cars carrying coal derailment in Nebraska, yeah. Yeah. They always knew this was going to happen. And if you think about it, it's the people what suffers, not the governments. They don't suffer. These rich millionaire politicians, they don't suffer. It's the people of Earth. It's the public what suffer, and especially the working class. But they're trying to hurry it through. You see, it's not a case of you got like a bad lot of people and a good lot of people. It's like good operations within bad operations and bad operations within good operations. Does that make sense? And once you go higher up out of this ladder, you've got, I believe there's like some sort of extraterrestrial presence here. What's saying, look, we've got to clean this up. And if you don't do what you're doing, you're out. I've never been somebody who believes that people are going to get taken off to get more and things like that. I don't believe that. I just think that you're out if you don't toe the line. Some people are going to go to court. They really, really are. They really are. But I just think it's going to be the fight of the fittest. And it's 2024 when things will start to calm down. But then you've got the aftermath of everything, you know. People are losing bloody homes, man, and jobs and everything. It's a worry. When they all met in Scotland, which was very weird. Was that last year or the year before? They were told to toe the line or they're out. And if you notice, there's been a lot of people coming out of there since then. Yeah, I do worry about the war in Ukraine going to spread. But the eventually outcome is going to be okay. I want to see these 15-minute cities will come off. After the stock market crashes and people lose their retirements, will it be a new way of investing to avoid... Wait a minute. After stock market crashes and people lose their retirements, will it be a new way of investing to avoid losing retirement money? Yes, I want to say yes. Yes. 15-minute cities. Yeah, they're going to plan it, but it's not going to be successful. It might work in some towns in the UK. Some are going to go along with it, but not everybody. It won't work. It certainly won't work in the north. I don't know what they think they're on. You know what I mean? These ponce and pansy bloody politicians in the Tory government. It's not going to work. Just let them get on with it. Do you know what I mean? It'll work for some. I can understand they want to clean our planet, but I mean, they can't trap people in places, you know, they can't do that. I was reading somewhere that they're going to try and ban trucks, and then people who've got trucks and fuel, they're going to start charging them tax or whatever, or VAT or something. You know what I mean? That's the plan. And a lot of these booms which have been going on, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start trying to do that in the USA as well. A lot of these booms going on is the tunnels they're building. There's what's it called? Magway. Google about Magway. You can actually get a video up about Magway, and it's on YouTube. And it's the new technology. They're building the tunnels in Europe, and it's now in the UK. So they're transporting underneath the ground instead, so they can reduce and stop the flow of traffic. So it's like futuristic tunnels, and it's within. So say like if you order something off Amazon, it won't come in on a truck now. This is the plan. They want to send it on a chute. Yeah. Magway, Magway. Just put that in and it should come up as a video. It's like the futuristic technology. They've been doing it for a long, long time. Magway, that's right, Amy, yes. So they'll not work everywhere. It'll take them a long, long time with the 15-minute cities, Jerry. Oh, you got ads again? Now, if you subscribe to the channel, you shouldn't get the ads on Twitch. Will China invade the USA? It's not the case of invading the USA. It's more mind stuff. It's more sneaky stuff. What's going on? I want to say it's already happened. It's happening. Yeah. The media and the corporations will push for that, but it's they don't want war. People think they want war. Well, maybe they might want war, but because they want to make money from the US. They don't want to be bombing the US. They want their money. Want your money. There could be problems with trade in Australia. Definitely. As you know, I believe that war's just a money making. It's a business, so they can reduce the populations and stuff like that. Miss Misa, will Putin or China try to nuke the USA? There'll be threats of it. There's a timeline where that could happen. There's a timeline that it could happen, but they won't be successful. They won't be successful. Why am I getting that? Putin's not going to be around for much longer anyway. I sometimes question if he is Putin. Will the number of US nationals rise in the US and slow down the cooperative US government? Well, they're worried about that, aren't they? They're worried about that happening, James. Will the number of US nationals rise in the US and slow down the cooperative US government? Yeah, but it will happen, but you haven't got to worry about it. Do you understand? It's all going to change. War makes money. The EU's in trouble. Lady Penelope. The EU's in trouble. Something massive is to come out. He's going to try and invade somewhere in Europe, claiming it's his. But this all goes back to old laws. And another couple of countries are going to come in. But I don't feel he's going to be here for much longer. Oh, don't leave us on Twitch. Don't leave us on Twitch. If you subscribe, you'll not get the ads. Greed. It's all about greed, Granny Wolf. Yeah, you're right. Is it Poland? It's somewhere more obvious than that. I've got to worry about Germany. I've got a little bit of a worry about Germany. But he hasn't done his finale yet. Do you know what I mean? Putin hasn't started and done his finale yet. But he will go. He will go. There's something very strong coming up about Turkey. There's everything to do with the earthquakes. Very suspicious. Very suspicious. It seems there's more than, they haven't. I feel there could be triggers of something. And I'm also very drawn to Germany with problems. But there will be a new leader for Russia soon. It's an aftershock, yeah. Oh, they've had an aftershock. Is it HARP? It's a technology. I'm not so sure it's that, but it's an off-world technology they're using. I don't want to go doom and gloom because we're going to have a law of attraction after we break. But I'm worried that this technology that they have, and China, which is very, very far advanced, and you're talking AI weaponry, which the public don't know about. I don't feel Putin's going to be here for much longer, but he'll try something nasty before something happens to him. He's not going to be here for much longer. I'm getting this really strong. There's just been an earthquake in California, has there, Lisa? Shit. But they've got history, haven't they? Germany and Russia's got history. It's going back to old laws, and it's got something to do with what happened after World War II. Not everything's been put out, is it? Dystopian. Will there be power grid shut down? There'll be problems, and it's more to do with crazy weather causing stuff as well. We'll have outages, but not all at once. News. Chinese President Xi Jinping is planning to visit Moscow for a summit with, the pally at the minute, where the communist leader is expecting to urge his communist to refrain from using. They're going to fall out, I'm telling you now. Xi Jinping is going to fall out with him soon. Lou, they put on the news now the other day saying that they want to discuss and put laws about AI in the military. Yeah, definitely. I mean, have you seen these robotic soldiers, what's out there, and the robotic dogs? Have you seen them? Well, will doctors and pharmacists be replaced by AI? A long time, but they're using AI now in operations. You haven't got to be afraid of it all, okay? I mean, if you want the med beds, what do you think the med beds are? It's high technology AI. So say like if you were transported on one of these starships, it's not going to be doctors and you needed an operation, it's not going to be doctors scrubbing up with masks on and bloody gloves. They'll have some form of technology to make you better. How about North Korea? Well, he's another one of the beasts of the head, the Kim dynasty. You see, the greed of that man, and yet the poverty of them poor people. And they've got no life in North Korea. I mean, you can't even leave. And you get killed if you try to leave the borders, you know. I think there's a young woman what's on YouTube, and she escaped the borders. Yeah. It's so really bad over there. And what they do to women, it's terrible. It's horrendous. There'll be problems over that way. If there's anything to do with a world war, it's somebody's. It's definitely I'm worried to do with that way. All right, but at the same time, China's playing the game here. China does not want to start blowing up countries because they want an it's all about economy with China. So whatever they're saying and prattling on about on CNN and Fox News, right? They'll feed the public. They'll just spew bloody verbal diarrhea and tell you anything just to keep you like, do you know what I mean? But there's more to it than that. There's definitely more to it than that. Everything's like shows. And prophecies, I've gone on about the dragon. You know, and that the dragon will protect her nest. Of course it's going to protect her nest if the USA start going over there and start trying to bomb them for sending balloons over or whatever. But they don't want that. But into the future, way on into the future, China's still here. So we need to, whatever they're saying on world news, you need to take no notice of what they're saying about China, because into the future, China is thriving. But it's not just China what's thriving, we're all thriving. And yeah, they've got a brutal military. They've got drones, like the bee drones, but we've got them as well, you know, like the buzzer bee drones, the mosquito drones, where you just hear like a hum, and then they just can obliterate cities and that. But they don't want to do that. Because what I see what's going on, we're coming to an end, if we're coming into the end of old earth and we're coming into new earth. And I believe that communism will eventually leave, but it has seeped in. It's seeped in here. It's seeped in all over. You know, it's seeped in parts of the US. You can't say this and you can't say that. And, oh no, you can't say this. It's not politically correct and all of this. Well, Fanny my aunt, right? We can say what we want. And it takes the voice of people. But we're going through a clean-up. We're coming to the end of one stage and we're coming through a new. It's the middle and the working class and the poor what's suffering the most. But if you look back, if it's a failed system, well, Fanny my aunt, it's a failed system. I mean, the poverty, you've got starving people, you've got homeless, you've got people with drug addiction, you've got the mental health's gone through the roof since all of this Cold War scenario we've been going through over the last couple of years. Do you know what I mean? It's a failed system, you know, and it needs to stop. It needs to change. We have to have change. And there's so much divide in the USA to do with politics. But they've used that to divide people. Gary had a vivid dream that China and Russia invaded US and they took all the things they wanted. Then they went home and US was in ruins. Oh my God. I'm going to check this. See, I see a new Russia. And I believe the US is going to be okay. That could be a fear, you know. Pull some cards out. Then we're going to have a little break. Then I'm going to do some remote view and drone. And we're going to do some law of attraction stuff. I hope you're enjoying it. It's a slave system. You've got different states. I mean, look, everything what's been happening in Philadelphia. All the corruptness and everything. Do you know what I mean? Okay. What was I pulling the cards out for again? Oh, yeah. We're going to... No, it's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. Even though that's the star, I do feel that the Statue of Liberty is rising. She will face challenge. And I'm not saying that they're going to be attacked. They could be attacked. Alaska. Something about Alaska. Kim Jong-un. That's being given to us. Okay. But the US will carry on. It's like the world's changing and like the US is like the last thing to change, and there'll be all this, the shit's about to hit the fan, you know what I mean? And it's like, I just predict there's going to be a lot of court cases to do with political stuff, what's going to come out. Yeah. And then everybody else is just getting on with it, and then there's just hell to pay what's going on in the US. Do you know what I mean? Hello from Melbourne in Australia. Do you see anything for Melbourne in Australia in particular in the future? Well, I believe Australia is going to be fine. I really, really do. I've always said that Australia is quite safe, but there's going to be worries with trade. But I mean, you've got a trade deal, what's going on with the UK, haven't you? Or is it New Zealand? It's New Zealand. Oh, we've got a trade deal with you. But there's going to be problems. We're going to face something, and it's something about the sky. I don't know why I'm getting it. It's something about the sky, or there's going to be some worry about the sky. And it could face problems with trade. But we'll come together as a world. I don't know what I'm saying. This is a prophecy. We'll come together as a world, and then we will be okay. So you aren't going to starve, nothing. But I would say Australia is leading the way into the future, Neil. So I hope that helps. Louise, do you see me moving back to Australia into my future? I feel so, if that's what you want. So, yeah, there's going to be worries. I mean, it's not as black and white as where, you know, you're going to say, oh, my God, these baddies are going to take over. You've just got to stand strong and don't feed into this fear. If you feed into this fear, it makes it worse. And this is what we're going to hit on the second half. Sydney, I feel, is going to thrive. There's supposed to be some city over there, what's supposed to be one of the safest places to live in the world, and I don't know what it is. It's next to Sydney. I want to go and move to Tambourine Mountain. Have you heard of Tambourine Mountain in Australia? It's a little island. And they didn't have any COVID on the island. They didn't have anything. And they grow all their fruit and veg. They're like a community all on their own, and it's very safe. It's like tropical. I believe there's going to be worries with the banking system in Ireland. Give us 5. I'm going to be back on. I'm going for a ciggy. I'm going to nip to the loo, my darling. I'm going to make a juice. Give us a few minutes. If the Betty and Bobby does your head in, just turn it down until I come back. And I'll look more into that. Skip to the loo, my darling. Was that a song? Skip to the loo, my darling. Give us a few minutes. And I'll be back on in a minute. Tambourine Island sounds magical. Yeah, in Tambourine Mountain. But it's in the tropical part of Australia. But they get rain and everything, and it sounds lovely, doesn't it? I'll be back in 5. Right, how do I just get this on here? Give us a few minutes and I'll be back. Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Must be a delay because it's still going, the Betty and Bobby on YouTube. Can you hear us? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. There's a bit of a delay on YouTube there. Hey, I tell you what. Guess what, guys? I've got 708 viewers in Twitch. Woo! So this is since I've connected it up. And you know what? With my busy lifestyle, with all the readings I'm doing, right? I haven't been doing much creative stuff, and I love doing my creative stuff. I love doing the looking glasses. I love doing the videos. I love making them. The best thing about being a YouTuber is doing the movie making stuff and putting stuff together. And I do have some things up my sleeve, but it seems to work that if I can stream 3 times on YouTube, that's great as well, isn't it? So you aren't missing out for the ones who can't get on Twitch. But I'm still learning about Twitch. But she's due in March. Oh, well, all the best, Sovereign. Excuse me. You're like Betty and Bobby. I know, I want to make it into a cartoon. Not like just any cartoon, like a grown-up cartoon. Yeah. I've tried the electronic cigarettes. I don't like them. Itchy twitchy. I like Twitch. I really do. I'm still learning it. Apparently I've got gifts to give you. I'm going to have to get Luke up here and he's going to have to show us how I can give you his gifts. I've saved up free stuff and that for you. So anybody who's not on Twitch, you can subscribe on Twitch if you want, you know. You like YouTube? Yeah. Well, I'm very blessed to have the 2 channels, and somebody said go and put yourself on BitChute, but you can't. It's not the same. You can't stream the same. Yeah. I'm going to get it all sorted out for you, Sherry. It's disgusting. I need to stop smoking. I have cut down a lot. Cheers. It's apple and blackcurrant, by the way. Well, apparently on my last stream, I think my views are like 12. I've got 12,000 views from the last stream. And behind the scenes, YouTube said that it was bots. So I've spoken to them and they've reduced it down to 4.5. I says, no, it's not. It was 4.5 after I come off the stream on Sunday. And but it's stuck on 4.5 in the studio. So there you go. They're saying it's bots. I says, no, it wasn't. I says, I had a big, because you had a mass influx. I says, no, it's because I've connected it to Twitch. They says, all right. Well, it could take 72 hours or more. I thought, all right, whatever. So, I'm going to do some drawing. Now, don't laugh, guys. So I'm just going to draw events. I'm going to draw incidents. Okay. I can't do it in the dark. It's different drawing or automatic writing. So I'm going to do something here. Okay, so sit back and relax. Hiya, Crystalla. Yeah, I do individual readings and I do remote viewing for people and all sorts and channeling, yeah, whatever people want. The majority of people who come to us for readings but want to either know about their love life, their work, their career, or, you know, messages from the other side, which I do as well. I'm a medium. Well, if you like the Twitch, why don't you head back over here on Twitch? Okay. Right, what am I getting? Now, don't laugh at me drones. So I've got tall buildings on either side. There's some like spike there. Building. Don't know what that is. Tall buildings on either side. They look quite lightish stone coloured. It's like a road going through. I see plumes of smoke. I see lots of people gathering. I get this impression of protesting or marching. I'm feeling it's warm. It's a warm day. Lots of people. They've got flags, banners. I'm getting this feeling of being entrapped, like an entrapped feeling. There's lorries, there's big vans, there's like a big van. I'm seeing I'm getting weaponry. Man with weapons, pistols. Is this military? No, I'm seeing balaclavaed men. But military are coming. Lots of smoke. Tall building, really tall building. People running, people scared. It's like they're going that direction and then they're going that direction. They're going up that direction and then something happens and then there's like gunmen or something like that. There's all this plumes of smoke. There's a building there, there's a strange building. It's got like something on the top. And then that change in direction. And then they're trying to move out. And then I'm seeing military, police cars, military. Lots of military. People running away from the scene of event. White vans. I'm seeing white vans, and I get this feeling, this fire, this plumes of smoke, like burning fire. It won't stop. high rise, towers either side. They've got to get out, they've got to turn around, and they're getting jammed. Bridge nearby, and cars, lorries jammed, trying to get over the bridge. Lots of high rise. People getting interviewed. Press, paparazzi. I'm getting the letter P. I'm seeing it really strong in my mind's eye. And I'm seeing the word terrorism. Identifying features. See what else I can get. I look on into the future, and sometimes when I look out into the future, there's no such thing as linear time. This is raw remote viewing that I'm giving you. Visions. I don't know how far I'm looking on here. Does it look familiar, David? Unusual square buildings. Lots of glass in front. Flat, white, glass buildings, lots of them. It's like a city. Communities. Timeline I am seeing. People in order. I don't know what this is. In plain clothes, all matching. They're all looking the same. Even the women, everyone's wearing the same. There's no... What's the word? Gender look about it. Women and men are dressed the same in like plain trousers and loose top. Hill on either side. These people are having to do the same thing each day, and it's a feeling of, it's in a frequency. It's in a frequency. I am getting a very futuristic feeling here. The change will bring a new Israel, and it's the yellow, the green, and the red flag. I've got all strange here. The yellow and the green and the red flag. But it's a new reformed. And there's a noise. And they get this noise in the morning. It's like a foghorn, but it's not. And then when they get this noise, they come out of the houses. It's really weird, and they're all walking the same. And they have to go to work or do what they need to do. It's like a noise of ooh. And I'm smelling like a smell I've smelled before, but it's like it's a chemical smell, but it's a clean smell. They're all going somewhere every day, and they have to go down. These are all over the place. They're curved, and they go into this. I think I'm seeing something, what's happening. And I don't know if this is on another planet or not, or I hope I'm not looking into the futuristic world. And they're getting into vehicles which go through, the cities all have them. And they look like a rocket train. And they get into them. And they travel like zigzag spaghetti junction. And I'm hearing mining and gold mining. I'm getting a red dust feeling. The children look the same. It's really weird. They all look more or less the same. They're quite pasty skin. This sounds really weird, but going back to what Hitler was obsessed with, he was obsessed with creating a blonde, blue-eyed race of people. He went mad, and anybody who was a different colouring, they were trying to take them out. It wasn't just the Jews. He was trying to take out all different types of creeds of people he didn't like, unless they were blonde and blue-eyed. And this is the energy I've got. This is really, really creepy. And it's going on somewhere now. And it's as if, like I've said, they never went away. They just went underground and off up into space. And it has been created somewhere. But these people are like clone type of people. They've been It reminds us of the film The Island. Five, 2, 8, 4B. And I'm getting Kepler. There is different nationalities, but they went off experimenting off into space, and they want to do this here. And some people are they won't get away with it, but cloning people. These are clones. They want to bring the clones here. They all look the same. Really weird. It's like a futuristic, but it's happening now. Okay. Just something I see really, really strong. You need to watch on world news for a scientist to come forward about talking about creating synths to be brought into workplaces. But the key with this, I don't know when this is going to come out, within the next couple of years. The key with this, when this scientist is talking about this, or this inventor, watch for these clones which look like I've said. Okay. And I want to say clone, I know this sounds really strange, like clone cities. But when I say clones, these are flesh. Or they've got a spirit. But they've been mind programmed, like the film The Island. If anybody hasn't seen it with Ewan McGregor, check it out. Definitely check it out. So they're real people, but they've been grown differently. They haven't come from a womb. Does that make sense? It's all going on. It's and again, I would say that's crimes against humanity. But they've brainwashed them. I don't know why I'm getting something about Israel. I need to do more. I need to do another one. Next targeted event. Israel. Iran. Afghanistan. The war in Afghanistan is not what you think. What has been going on. And Biden knew more. His hands were tied. Russia. Event. Egypt. And Turkey. US in the middle. I see a problem. I see an attack. I see something to happen. Explosion. Israel. Connected from Iran, connected from Afghanistan. Blame. And then I see Russia attacking Turkey. Blame. Europe. China. UK. Trade. Playing puppets. Rulers. I'm worried for this place here. Smoke. Main players. Main players. Tentacles. Main players. All of these different countries also have connections, these two. But these were going to suffer being in smoke, being in blue smoke, at least. India will also get affected. Smoke. Triggers. This country, Iran, Russia, will get blame. Trade. Block of trade. Purposely done to bring forth the new trade. Worry. 4 o'clock. Smoke. Can't go in. Worry. Blame. Masses of people coming over. Masses of people coming over. Boats. Lots of people on boats coming in. Borders. God help this. Lots of them all coming over. Emergency. Feeling. Targeted feeling. Lots of smoke. Huge scandals to do with what's the Russian coin called? The Russian coin. Ruble? Is it the ruble? Yeah. There's going to be something about problems with it. Worry. Lots of Russians wanting to leave, more Russians wanting to leave. At the same time, we've got all these different people coming out wanting to be in UK, USA, all over, Australia, anywhere. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's the vision I see. At the same time, I'm seeing children will come out. Lots of children, women and children will come out of this area from the Black Sea. State of emergency. And for the first time ever in human history, I feel really upset about this and I don't know where I'm getting this. Africa will play a way for great trade for civilization. And I want to burst into tears and I don't know why. Beautiful rich soil, Africa. Huge cargo boats. Goats. Lamb. Cows. Africa will rise. The goddess of Africa. And new jobs will be created. She will be brought in. Is one of the main players. There's lots of people coming in left, right and centre from boats. Africa is the mother on this planet, don't forget that, exactly. Trade, grain. There's a worry 2 Easts will face an attack. Africa is standing up to the Pope. Africa is breaking in half. Rift Valley, right? It's huge. I'm going to give one more and then I'm going to do some Law of Attraction stuff for you. Yes, I've heard Africa will be rebound and be beautiful again. Also, the New Zealand will feed a lot of us. Yes, New Zealand has a lot of rich soil. Yes. Something about a scandal with milk in the either the US or the Canada area, but don't worry about it. This summer we will face great heat, extreme weather this year. Extreme weather. We must prepare for change as Gaia changes. I'm hearing them sort of like African drums. But I also see the animals in Africa running, like the elephants and that. And I want to send healing and blessings out to all the animals. And I also worry for the bushfires in Australia this year. We could, parts of the planet could face extreme, dangerous heat. You know, like places like the Middle East. Is it Dubai? Places like that. Like Saudi Arabia. There is worry. And they also need to be careful over there for a great sandstorm to come this summer. We are living in biblical times. We really, really are. Egypt trade in something about worry. Something, it was all to do with food. Last event, targeted event. Periods. Courage. I'm not very good drawer, you know what I mean, guys? King's horses, possibly. Do. Lots of people. Lots of people. The crown will be placed on his head. It's got to be King Charles, hasn't it? And that's how I'm doing this. Yeah. With all the ponce, you know, how we do it, all the ponce. Will it be like celebrities going there and again and stuff like that, and lots of people being, you know, like Biden and people like that going with the African different parts of Africa. There is a lot of corruptness, and they have taken too much off the people over there, and that will change. Lots of people. Where am I getting that? Because I'm not seeing much there. Whoo, Harry's gone. Harry is going. Harry. I don't think he's going to be very welcome, but he's going. And I got like Princess Diana's in spirit trying to push him to be there because she doesn't want him somewhere else. There's a split timeline here, guys. Is Meghan with him? If he doesn't, they're going to be on a boat somewhere or somewhere else. There's a question mark. I'm getting a question mark about Harry and Meghan. Princess Diana is pushing them to be there, because if not, they're going to be somewhere else where I see worry. There's worry. Tall buildings. Thin street. Building going in, steps. I don't know if this is connected with Harry or this is connected with somewhere else, but I'm getting a problem. Attack. Shooting. Black cars. Down from steps. I don't know if this is event. It's going on at the same time this is going on. But I don't know. I'm not saying it's connected. There's going to be maybe some big news, or is he going to be there? If he turns up, the press are going to jump on this. But I'm concerned about Meghan, and I'm concerned about somebody else as well. Or I'm concerned around Meghan, Harry and somebody else. Unless it's a separate event, what's going off at the same time. But there's black cars going in, big buildings on either side, up against a big building, stairs up. And then something happens to somebody and it's like a shooting. They look like black. Official cars, like what presidents would be in, or government people. There's going to be a problem outside of a building where the steps go up. So I want to send healing and blessings out to that situation. Yeah, very strange. So we've got that one. We'll go back to it. We've got buildings on either side. And people are marching. And then they're having to turn around and come back. And there's a problem. A big building there. Got like a weird feeling about all of that. I get a sense of him being trapped and trying to get out. This one was really weird. Controlled people. Programmed to be controlled. It's going on one of the Kepler planets, but it's going on somewhere else as well. Controlled to mind, controlled to work. Plans, the darker side of life, want to bring this onto Earth. Watch for somebody coming forward with these synth people, but they all look the same. Weird, isn't it? And I get this like, ooh, and then they all come out like all walking the same. Yeah, the lady in red. I don't always know everything, you know. I just know there's what they said, and the vision is it's a lady in red, but it'll be a trap when something's going off all at the same time. Then there was this. And it's something to do, I feel it's the situation with this is to do with something to do with food chain, change the whole thing. So then they can manoeuvre in banning plastic, cleaning everything up. They can't do it the way it is at the minute. There's going to be some big change. But this here was going to then take forth for people leaving, having to get out, and people taking in these people. But it was affecting all the different countries, and Africa was stepping in with, and parts of Africa were stepping in. Possibly also Australia, not all of Australia, mind. Part of the UK. It's going to be something where countries are having to come together, but Africa is doing this big cargo ships, bringing it in. When the man stands in snow, guys, we will know the truth. So, very weird, isn't it? Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to get a piece of paper, if you want to do this. And I want you to write down your wishes. So, say for example, you want a car, or you want a new house, or I want you to write down seven things that you would want. Write them down. Go and get your pens and your piece of paper. My email, louise.m.jones@hotmail.com. Jenny, you've just seen an image of Virgin Mary. Oh, yeah. So even though I've been seeing these events, they're not giving us a timing, guys. It's events I say all the time. But I'm not saying this for you to go away worrying about it. Hopefully timelines will change it. No, the man, when the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. Hasn't happened yet. I mean, that could come anytime. You know, it's a prophecy. Psychic visions are different to prophecies. Might have something to do with Mars. It could be anything. Okay, so I want you to write your list of your 7 things down. Say, like, if you want £10,000. Okay. So you write like £10,000 down. You want a new car. You would like to be in a relationship. You write these things down. Okay. And you can visualize it as you're doing it. Really feel it. Really, really feel it. Write your 7 wishes down. Right? And what you can do is you can see you want a nice posh house. You can maybe cut one out that you've seen in a nice magazine and stick it on your piece of paper. Write all your wishes down. Get glitter pen and do it any way you want. And you've got to read them. After you've listed them, you've got to read them 7 times every day. And you can stick it. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can either stick it on your fridge door or your bathroom mirror, or keep it in a secret box, like somewhere in your bedroom, and keep taking it out and reading it and putting it back, taking it out, reading it, putting it back, because you're like letting it go. And there's another one you can do is get a chalkboard. This works really well, guys. So you write your 7 wishes down and pop it in your garden. And with the elements of the weather, it'll just wear off, and then it's supposed to come true. Like a vision board, yeah. But like I've told my Twitch viewers, I did a vision board. It was, I don't know if it was about 2009 or something. I did this vision board anyway. I did it with 2 friends. And both me and my other friend, we put ours away. I put mine in my wardrobe. My friend put hers underneath her bed. But my other friend, Jane, she stuck it on the wall. And hers didn't come true. But me and Sue, ours worked. Sue. She wasn't a party Susan, mind. Yeah. So it's about raising your vibration. So where law of attraction doesn't work, I've got a very good client of mine. He doesn't live very far away from me, and he made himself a multi-millionaire by changing his whole thoughts. He was literally on his last legs. He lived on a farm which was run down. It had loads of land, and his mum and dad had another farm which was run down, and they passed over. And he didn't want to. He had to sell one, and he didn't want to do, either one, because his granddad had given him the other one. So he was left with this huge 2 bits of land, 2 rundown farms, and he didn't know what to do. He had no partner. He was sad, and he got into The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and then he started to get into Abraham Hicks. So what he did was he collected different people's philosophy from the law of attraction. And then what happened is he just did it his way. And he said to me that what he does is every morning he writes down his wishes before he puts his feet out of bed onto the floor. He writes them down and he wishes them, but he doesn't just wish them, he feels it and sees it like it's really happening, like it's really there. But he said that you've got to empty your mind before you do it and not think sad. He says, and then he wishes it, and then he holds on to the good thought, gets out of bed, then he finds that by feeling it, you're not holding on to negative energy, and then your day starts to run smoother. That was 3-4 years ago. He's now a multimillionaire. This man is now a multimillionaire by changing his thoughts. And I know money's not everything, but because we're living in a very money materialistic world, we need money to pay bills, and it is the fight of this, it's the fight of the fittest. Just think what you could do if you changed your thoughts. I'm not saying you're all going to be millionaires, but you'll start getting more good luck. So at the minute, we're being very triggered by everything what's on the news, and people are very worried about the economy, the way the economy's gone with the gas prices and everything. So the more angry you're getting about these idiots, the more it's lowering your vibration, and you're going to get more bad luck. So I'm not saying where you're sticking your head in the sand, but you've just got to hold on to a good thought and write things down. And it works. I have tried it. I mean, I'm very dramatic, so I forget, and there's probably a lot of people in the audience who are like me. But writing down does work. writing down does work. And also there's something else called the Silver method. I've just discovered that. It's a guy, Joe Silver or something. And there's a lad on YouTube, and here you can do his course. But there's free stuff on YouTube where you can watch about it. You can get the book as well, the Silver method. So it's SILVA, not silver isn't silver. And it was a man in the 50s, and he discovered by changing your thoughts and writing stuff down, it works as well. So basically, if you've been trying the law of attraction before in the past and it wasn't working, it won't work if you're sad about something, or you're angry or paid off about somebody, when you're thinking of that and then you're doing the law of attraction, it's going to backfire on you. So it's about, you've got to feel good. You've got to feel good. That's what it's all about. I know it was supposed to be like a full law of attraction, but I've ended up doing other things. Now I've got something. And I'm going to give you these before I retire for bed, even though I've still got 166,660 followers on Twitch, which is unbelievable. And 536 on YouTube. I've got my little holy scrolls. Okay, my dad gave us them. And inside, I've got holy scrolls from the Old Testament. But these always give me answers. They always give me answers. And if I need an answer for anything, it's always in these holy scrolls. So I'm going to pull three scrolls out for you, for the collective, for this week coming in. I'm going to use my hands. I did have some tweezers, but then I lost them. Some pinchers, like pinchers for it. I'm going to go with the feeling. I've got one here. Bear with me how I read this, right? God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labour of love, which ye have showered towards his name. So basically that's saying, believe in his protecting work. That's what it's basically saying, isn't it? Find your faith. It doesn't mean that you have to be all holy and now, you can be an atheist just long. But again, it's down to the law of attraction. It's interesting because if you're feeling good, you're going to get good. If you're like, oh, I hate this person and I hate that person, it's like it's just going to cause a catapult of situations around your daily life. God is not unrighteousness to forget your work and labour of love, which ye have showered towards his name. Interesting. The next one. The next one. This is for the collective, for yous all for this coming week. This is Old English, right? So you'll have to bear with me here. Whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Interesting. So it's saying that we're all protected. Is there anything that we need to watch out for this week? Oops, this has just popped out. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So again, it's about our thoughts and our frequencies. It's like a computer. So if you're feeling like on a lower, if you're like all negative and you're thinking negative, which I know it's easier said than done, but if you're allowed to, we're humans, so we're allowed to get paid off. Is it buffering, is it? We're allowed to get paid off, but not to hold on to it. Does that make sense? One more. We're definitely going to be okay. We're definitely going to be okay. It's the changeover what's happening. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. So we're going to be fine. That's like answering what somebody was saying, we're going to be okay. Where there's been a lot of tears on earth and there's been a lot of tragic things happening, like in Turkey, and a lot of worry, we are going to reap in joy. There's a new earth coming. We've got to raise the vibrations. Whatever you believe in. But the law of attraction is about energies. You've got to feel it. You know, like when you're a child, and if you're what's the word? You're pretending you're that princess in the castle. Yeah? You are, because children aren't corrupted by society. They're natural mediums. So I'm not saying where you're living in woo-woo world, but you can visualize what you want by doing that. Use your imagination. So I hope that's out there. I feel like I just need one more. One more. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. That's from Michael, Archangel Michael. He's roaming the earth at the moment, you know, guys. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Archangel Michael, he's the man, guys. He's the warrior angel. Okie dokie. So I hope that's helped, guys. I don't think I've got anything else for tonight. I think we're going to do some remote viewing again on next time. Thursday night I'll be on, and I might do some channeling. I just want to pull a few more cards out just to see if there's anything coming off this week. I like the scrolls. It is easy to live the fantasy, but making it, it's dedication. What Jed keeps saying is that you're allowed to be angry. I mean, you know, we're allowed to get paid off and lose our blood, you know, our temper about anything, but not to hold on to it, because when you're holding on to it, that's what's affecting your mind. And there's been, don't get us wrong, right, there's been a lot of psyops being put out there over the last couple of years, and it's been to infect people's minds. The loosh hasn't just been coming in, it's been coming in from all different directions to lower our vibration, and it's come in with politics and everything. It came in with the 17th letter of the alphabet. It was all done there to infect people's minds, a bit like the zombie invasion, really. 3 cards, yeah. I think there's going to be something big about school teachers. This is the UK again. Arguments in Parliament. Nurses and ambulance people going on strike. But I said this would happen. more scandals that they're going to pull off around Trump and everything. You know, there's a lot more to come out there. It's a strange week. It's a strange week. But before I close off, I want to send more healing and blessings out to Turkey, because I don't think they're out the woods yet. I really don't. And where I'm looking at the Mediterranean, I'm looking at a place, I'm not drawn at this time, and it looks like it's got a high bank. Remember this. It's up like a high mountain. It's a town or something. It's a high, there's going to be an earthquake, and it's somewhere to do with the Mediterranean, but it's not Turkey, it's somewhere else as well. So I just feel like I need to send healing and blessings out to everybody there global, that everybody's protected with the blood of Jesus Christ, everybody's safe, you know, with all the angels, Gabriel, Raphael, Michael. And I just want to say a little prayer to you all for tonight, that we are all safe in this circle, and that each and every one of us, if we have any ailments, or we're worried, or we need healing, or you are worried about anybody, you can just write the name in the comments of the people that you want healed, and you'll receive that from Archangel Michael tonight. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael to protect everybody from any evil entities or energies and keep them safe. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel to protect everybody who is frightened or scared, keep them safe. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel to protect people and to heal them, to keep them safe, and to heal them from their grief, or to anybody who is needing healing from sickness or fear. And I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael to give us peace, love and protection, and to protect the whole of humanity, and to keep us all safe. Thank you. Amen. Yes, and animals can receive healing. Anybody that you're worried about, anything, literally anything, just write the name in the comments and they'll receive healing tonight. Angels are very busy at the minute, guys. They are roaming this planet. They are very, very busy. The harvest card is here, which means that after the fall, we will have a rise of new earth, and it will be beautiful. To get there, it's going to be a bit messy. So we must raise the vibrations. By raising the vibrations, we are changing the frequency, and the light will win. The light will win. Anything else? I'm just getting drama to do with DeSantis and Trump. You know, it's just going to get really toxic. I think he's going to go after a lot of people. But Justice Coates is going to come to the US very, very soon. And it's going to be the biggest political court case in history to come. Okay. I do believe that it's going to get toxic. But DeSantis isn't going anywhere. I do believe Trump is going to get very bitter and he's going to start attacking people who aren't on his side. So watch for this. We writer, would it sound silly to ask for a prayer that the back tax I owe the government be neutralised? Yes, sweetie, put that down. You can also put that in your law of attraction list as well. I'm the same. I'm the same. We just have to raise the vibrations. Can he make money at Christmas time playing parties? Who? can he make money at Christmas time playing parties? Prayers and protection for everybody. We need to send all the light out there that we are going to be all right. Don't feed into the fear, you know. Godspeed, because God has it and the universe has this. We've been here for centuries, absolute centuries, and nothing's going to take we down. Absolutely nothing. What's going on there? I've got all sorts happening here. It's going crazy. I can't see the chat because there's all this different things have come up. But I'm off to make a hot chocolate, and apparently, according to the experts, hot chocolate, if you can have it with high cocoa in it, like the higher the cocoa, is very good for you. It's been proven to be very good for you. So I'm off to make a hot chocolate. Anybody who needs healing, you can write your name in the comments. Do it. Go and hop over onto YouTube, or you can write it on here on Twitch, and you'll receive the healing tonight. And I'll be back on. I'm going to come on Thursday night, and I think I'm going to do channeling and remote viewing. May the force all be with you all. Take care. God bless wherever you all are around the world. And sweet dreams, right? Sweet dreams. Don't feed into the fear. Remember, you are all protected. Where there's demons, there is trillions and millions more light angels walking this earth and up there in the galaxy. And each and every one of you, right, are angels, right? Are angels. And take back your power, grow your wings, all right? And you are protected. Good night. I'll see you Thursday night. Take care now.